Hi, it's Jada Solves, your resident engineer, and today we're going to be exploring some engineering careers. I want growth for you guys. So today I'm going to be exploring the top 7 engineering careers you can have in the UK as of this year. So whether you're trying to select your degree or thinking about a mid-career change, your girls got the answers. So let's get into it. So for each of these degrees, I've ranked them out of 3 criteria. Number 1, salary. How much will you earn from the beginning to the end of your career? In this day and age, we kind of need to know. Number 2, demand. It's all well and dandy to be paid enough, but if there's no jobs available, what's the point? 3, future-proofing. I want to make sure that you guys can actually stay in your careers. I think I speak for everyone when I say that we want to know what industries are going to remain strong in the next 30, 40, 50 years. All right, here comes my rankings. At number 7, civil engineering. Honestly, civil engineering is the forefather of all engineering. It is essential. We need it for transport, for water, electricity, our bridges. Who else built the spaghetti junction? And we love civil engineers for it. However, salary and growth is quite slow compared to the other degrees that I'm going to mention in this video. As a graduate, you can earn about $25,000 a year, but as you become more senior, that can jump up to 60 to 80k a year. So my ranking for salary, even though it's a pretty solid paycheck towards the end of your career, compared to the other degrees, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Civil engineer is going through a shortage of skills. There's been about an 84% increase of vacancies in the civil engineering industry. And for that alone, I'm going to give demand a 6 out of 10. As for future-proofing, there's always going to be a need to improve our cities and towns. There's never going to be an end in that supply. Civil engineering is such a necessity in society. I don't think it will ever be a dead career. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. Number 6, chemical engineering. A junior chemical engineer can expect around 27,000, and as you jump up the ranks, your pay will also jump up and it may even soar into the skies with about 84,000 in its pocket. That didn't make sense. I was trying to be kind of witty. I'll get better. So junior chemical engineers can earn a bit more than civil engineers when they start out, but it seems like the end goal is about the same. This could change from your region and whether or not you decide to take a chartership or not, but after consideration, I'm going to give salary 6 out of 10. For demand, chemical engineering is good once you get into it. It's limited to very specific sectors such as pharma, energy, chemicals, and manufacturing. You might have to relocate in order to find better opportunities. And because of that, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. And for future-proofing, it's still a very valuable asset to human society. We always need developments in the chemistry world. There's a lot that goes into it. And as long as chemical engineers provide that positive impact to the world, I doubt they're going anytime soon. So I will give them a 6 out of 10. Number 5, biomedical engineering. I can't remember anything other than the mitochondria. Chondria. But despite that, biomedical engineers are not represented salary-wise. You can start from 24,000 and that can grow up to about 55,000 towards the end of your career, which is significantly lower than a lot of the other engineering fields. I don't like it personally, but again, I don't like biology, so that's why I never really got into the field. But despite all of that, I'm going to give salary a 3 out of 10. So as for demand, we have the NHS and private healthcare sectors that will obviously need these engineers. Where there are hospitals, there are needs for engineers. But the thing is, demand is quite slow right now. Still there, but slow. And for that, I will give it a 6 out of 10. And future-proof it. Healthcare is getting more techy. Have you seen that they're 3D printing organs? That's biomedical engineers for you. With an aging population and a drive to be more tech-focused, biomedical engineers will find themselves curing the future. I'm going to give future-proofing 8 out of 10. Number 4, mechanical engineering. That's probably the first thing you think of when you think engineering. And for good reason. It is a very popular sector. A junior mechanical engineer can earn around 26,000 to 30,000 a year. Meanwhile, their senior counterparts can earn up to 75. That's pretty nice if you ask me. 7 out of 10. Mechanical engineers are needed everywhere. Aerospace, manufacture, energy, robotics. You name it, you'll probably be needed there. I consider mechanical engineers a jack of all trades in a way. As long as you understand the core of what needs to be maintained, made, created in the industry that you're in, you can basically be hired anywhere. And for that, I'm going to give demand a 9 out of 10. Future-proof. It's still going strong. There's loads of reasons why we still need mechanical engineers. There are a lot of difficult and nuanced problems that need to be solved by the human mind. But because AI and automation are a factor, I'm going to give future-proofing a 6 out of 10. It can't be helped. Future-proof yourself to be future-proof. I don't know. Number 3. Computer engineering. We're getting nerdy, my guys. Computer engineers can earn quite a bit, as you could imagine. A junior engineer can earn between 26 to 40k a year. It's usually between 0 to 3 years of experience. Meanwhile, senior and especially highly skilled engineers can earn up to 100,000 a year. That's a different tax bracket. I'm going to give computer engineers salary a 10 out of 10. 6 figures is a goal, girl. That's a comfortable living. As the UK and other countries are becoming more reliant and investing more into robotics, automation, and aerospace, the hardware and the software knowledge that computer engineers can provide will become pretty invaluable. To ensure that their investments are pulling through, we're going to need the engineers to do the work. And for that, I'm going to give demand an 8 out of 10. And future-proof it. Everything is smart, and we're going to need to make them smarter. At least that's what we think we want, right? I'm pretty sure it is. And the engineers who are going to provide that for us are going to be in dire need. I doubt we're going to ever not need things to be better and better. I mean, that's how capitalism works. How else are we going to make those shareholders happy? I'm going to rate future demand a 7 out of 10. Number 2, electrical engineers. Salary of an electrical engineer can start off between 27 to 32,000 depending on where you are, but that can easily jump up to 85,000. 85,000 is a pretty solid salary in the UK, and hopefully for a much longer time, and I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Demand. Everything we touch requires electricity, so electrical engineers are going to be everywhere. This is a bit of a personal anecdote, but I've even known electrical engineers who would have to travel to different countries just to get the job done because their company has a very specific way of doing things. So quite exciting indeed. And not even just that, we are transitioning the way we use energy. We're transitioning into more renewable energy. The grid is going to update itself one way or another, and we're going to need the people for it. And because of that, I'm going to give demand a 9 out of 10 and future-proofing. Unless we go dark, I doubt we're going to have a problem here. 9 out of 10. And finally, drum roll please. Number 1, software engineering. I feel like in this day and age, it's become really obvious that software engineering is the number 1. But I want to give you my own ranking. And even though I'm not a software engineer myself, I can appreciate that I am jealous. A junior software engineer can start off with 25,000, but then can easily and quite quickly climb up the ranks and the tax brackets and can earn over 100,000 a year. So as long as you're dedicated, the sky, or in this case, the cloud, is your limit. And for that, I'm going to give salary a 10 out of 10. 100,000 is a lot of money. As long as you are a advanced software engineer who can navigate their ways through nuanced issues, you will always be needed as a software engineer. Likewise, there are other sectors in the software industry that keep opening up. Maybe the demand for a junior engineer isn't as great as a senior engineer, but as long as you keep going at it, your worth will be measured in gold. I'm going to give demand a 9 out of 10 and future-proof it. Everything has a system, whether it's in the health industry, the food industry, the manufacturing industry. Even my Excel needs updates or else I'll crash out. Without organization, us as a society are going to collapse. And it's not even just the software organization. There's a lot of things that can be done, and software engineers are the people for it. And I doubt that's ever going to change, especially in this tech-ridden world. And for that, I'm going to give demand a 10 out of 10. And that's it. These are all my rankings. I'll put them in the side just to see how they all tally up. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm talking out of my arse? This isn't about which degree has it the hardest. It's about which degree has it the best. And right now it seems like software engineering, but I am not privy to every engineering sector. There are actually multiple different types of engineers that I have no idea what they do. I'm a production engineer. Do you know what a production engineer does? Neither did I until I started. And I feel like different engineering sectors are not in the open as much as they should. That's why I would like to try and start interviewing different engineers. So if you are in a niche engineering field, comment below and I would love to catch up with you. But until then, I shall see you next week. Bye bye.